I was given a copy of the book The Watch House as a birthday present back in 1980 from a school friend, and hello to Andrew Cotter if you're out there still. And to be honest, I found it pretty good and creepy in places. However, I never saw The Watch House when it was first aired on TV back in 1988. In fact, 35 years later, I found out there was a TV series based on the book. So was the series as good as the book? Let's find out. The Watch House is a ghost story in the traditional sense. Troubled teenager Anne, upset at a parent separation, is dumped at her mother's old nanny Prudy and brother Arthur in the seaside town of Garmouth in the northeast. There she comes across a watch house run by Arthur, the dilapidated old home of the Garmouth Life Brigade. As she helps clean it up, a presence tries to contact her, writing "Anne, help" in the dust on the tables and mirrors. Anne must bring peace to the ghostly presence and resolve a centuries-old feud. The series is based on the classic ghost story by Robert Westall of Machine Gunners fame, which was published originally in 1977. And is still in print today. It was dramatised by the BBC in 3 25-minute episodes back in 1988. The first episode aired on Wednesday the 7th of December at 5:05 on BBC One in that Blue Peter sort of slot. And from what I can see, it's never had a repeat. The Watch House is a good little ghost story. It's only 3 episodes long compared to Moondial 6, and it does deviate from the book in many respects. Certainly aimed at older children. It touches briefly on marriage and morality and describes her mother as living in sin and having a lover. Anne makes friends with Pat and her boyfriend Timo, who are definitely 80s kids. There's just something about the way they dress that screams 1980s school discos. It's well acted throughout by the adults and the teenagers, and it does make it a pleasure to watch. Sadly, The Watch House has never had a VHS or DVD release, and in the main seems sadly forgotten about. Fortunately, there's a couple of versions available on YouTube, one of which is excellent quality, which is just as well as, with the demise of network DVD, it's unlikely to see a release anytime soon. The book, however, is still available today, and is often studied in schools and considered a classic ghost story for children. A play of the book even premiered in Whitley Bay back in December 2023.
The road ended at the watch house which loomed over them as they got out of the car. Built of long white planks sagging with the years, it had a maritime look. Like a mastless, roofed-in schooner becalmed in a sea of dead grass. Through its windows showed a dark clutter of things that couldn't be recognized. This clutter and a lack of curtains made the windows look like eyes in a white planked face. The watch house was well named. It did seem to watch you, but it was only the effect of dark windows in white walls.
Diana Morrison plays Anne, and this seems to have been her first TV credits. Primarily, Diana Morrison is known for her work in musicals, having played the main role in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Aspects of Love throughout the original West End run, and is part of the original cast recording, along with a duet with Michael Bull, which was released as a single called The First Man You Remember. And like Siri Neal in Moondial, there's just something about her eyes and the way they draw you in. Linda Huntley plays Pat, and appears to have had limited TV appearances, including Biker Grove and Spender, all of which were set on Tyneside, however nothing in recent years. Similarly, Michael Nicholson, who played Timo, has also had limited TV appearances, again Biker Grove and nothing much in recent years. Sherry Shepston, who plays Prudy, appears to have come onto TV later in life with limited TV credits throughout the 70s, 80s and 90s, however appears to have lived to a ripe old age of 96 before passing away in 2017. James Garbett, who played Arthur, has a lot of TV credits to his name. Perhaps best known in the Enidin line, he also appeared in Coronation Street and Brookside, and died in 2020, aged 95. The Watch House was filmed on location in Tynemouth in the northeast of England. You can see the watch house from the road. It is a real Life Brigade watch house. You can also wander around the ruins of Tynemouth Abbey, which also appeared in the series, although entry now appears only to be at weekends, but it's a very reasonable cost of £7.50 as at November 2024. There's also at least one episode of the TV drama series Vera, which has been shot in and around the time of area, and the watch house is visible, if only in the distance. As a piece of standalone drama, The Watch House is great. As an adaptation of a book, it's sadly lacking. But even so, it's a real shame that The Watch House has never been made available on any kind of home media or streaming platform. It could just have been the last great piece of spooky kids TV made by the BBC before they decided that you just couldn't scare kids anymore. However, the good news is there's a high quality copy of the series uploaded to YouTube, so you can watch it and enjoy it for free. It's well made and well worth watching. Some of the effects could be a bit better, but I'm not going to complain about that. It may not be as polished as Moondal perhaps, but in reality it also needs an extra episode just to flesh out the story, but it still represents a good 90 minutes of your time. Watch and enjoy.
Help me.
I will. But you must tell me how.